Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another super cool radio interview. I'm your host, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm very excited because I got some super cool guests joining me who I'm excited to have back on the podcast. They've been very busy this year. On May 14th, they released a new album entitled Nightmare Queens, and on Friday, we'll kick off their summer tour. Please welcome the Darts.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Nice to have you guys back on. Awesome to chat with you guys. And of course, I'll introduce everyone real quick. So obviously we have Nicole on vocals and keys. We got Lindsay on bass. And we got Rikki on drums.
That's right. You got it.
Very good. I did my research.
You did
We're
good.
missing Becca, but Becca's on guitar. She's killer. You'll love her.
I'm excited to finally see the Darts live. Obviously coming up on June 27th in Motoblot. I'm excited to see you guys. So I kind of want to obviously dive into that. Obviously you got this awesome tour coming up. You guys going all over the place, US, Europe, everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, we start in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and we end in Madrid. That's like this crazy. And then we go to like Croatia and Chattanooga and like Memphis and like crazy freaking
Kansas
places.
City
We go to Florida.
Portugal.
Oh yeah, this tour definitely covers many different areas, U.S. and abroad. Have you guys obviously I know you guys have toured in the Midwest before, but it's obviously been a very long time.
Yeah, we hardly ever tour the U.S. just because it hasn't been on the agenda, but now it finally is, and our bookers are very excited about that. And I have a team in place now that's ready to go, ready to do this, and so now we have like this massive Midwest tour. We have this massive East Coast tour. We got some West Coast dates, and like everything's finally coming together. It's really, really cool.
We're coming for the Americans now.
We're coming.
Well, very good, very good. So I'm kind of curious, so like with this lineup, like how'd that come together?
Well, let's see, how did it come together? Lindsay, it's funny because we were on tour last summer, the other lineup, and we were in Germany, and somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, Nicole, you're living in Seattle now. Do you know this cool band named 38 Coffin?" I'm like, "Yeah, I love this horror punk band. They're like one of my favorite Seattle bands." And they're like, "Oh, we love Lindsay, the bass player. She sat and talked to us at merch forever. We love her, la, 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 la." And I came back to Seattle after that and happened to be doing like go-go dancing.
We were go-go dancing.
Right, we were go-go dancing, and Lindsay was one of the dancers. Like we totally connected and had lunch, and it was such a no-brainer. When I needed a bass player, I'm like, well, obviously she's right here in town. She's in one of my favorite bands anyway. And like she knows the horror punk riffs already. Like the learning curve was like easy, and she's amazing. She can go dance, by the way. And
Great dance.
yeah, it was like a no brainer. And Rikki was the original Darts drummer from day one. And so
10 years ago, I think.
Yeah, it was 10 years ago. But she was with me, and we were together for a long time. We
were together for 5 years. So I was on for 5, off for 5. Yeah.
Right, and we toured with the Damned, and we did we went to Europe a bunch of times. Like we did a lot together. So bringing her back was like the best thing. It just was kismet that the timing worked because she's usually so busy, and I just happened to catch her when she was off the tours of the other stuff, and I'm like, please, and she's like, yes, and it was just like, thank God.
It was cool because I got thrown into the fire, Matt. Like Nicole called me. She's like, "Can you learn songs in 2 days and fly out?" And it was weird. I had a dream that I was learning songs on an airplane to go meet them. I actually had this dream. It was so random. And she's like, "Can you do it?" And luckily, I think there's 6 old songs that I had played on from the records that were in the set. And then I had to learn, I don't know, X amount. But it was cool. It was like, here we go. It's just like putting on the, riding the bike. So
Total pro. Total 100% pro. Showed up, did a tour like with 2 days of notice. It was incredible.
Yeah.
So
it was so fun. It was great to be back, and these guys are the best, man.
It was really fun.
Yeah, it was really
And
cool.
Becca came on board with me last summer when I've had a bunch of guitar players in and out last summer because the tour was so long, we just needed help. And Becca from Spindrift, who is also on Alternative Tentacles, great band, one of my favorites on AT. Actually, the Alternative Tentacles GM at the time said to me, "You guys need a guitar player? You should check out Becca from Spindrift." And no brainer, it was so easy. She's like just stepped in and adds this like crazy like spaghetti western texture to the whole thing that we didn't have before. And she looks like Poison Ivy and she plays like her, and it's so great. It's just the greatest.
I was a very killer lineup, fantastic musicians. So obviously, I'm very excited to see you guys live with this lineup. But I'm kind of curious. So, Rikki, curious for you, what was like the most challenging song to learn?
Probably Liar.
Ooh.
Because I started doing 16th notes on the hi-hat for the pre-chorus. And that's like, and of course, Nicole says, learn the songs, but what she doesn't tell you is when you get there and play them live, they're 4+ BPM faster. so you learn like all your shit like to the song, and then she's like, "Oh no, we play way faster." And then I'm like, "Oh, okay, shit." You know, but that song's my favorite, and there's a lot of cool transitions. I didn't play on the record on that song, but it'll make you breathe hard. Let's just say that.
All of us. And Rikki sings too. So that's really cool because I mean, she always used to sing backups and now she's back doing backups. Lindsay sings. Like they're both great singers. And so like now we have backup vocals that just kill. It's just great. And Liar is one of those songs where they get to do that. It's really cool.
It's awesome.
It's fun.
So, Lindsay, how about for you? What was the most challenging song for you to learn?
There's a couple that are pretty beefy there on bass. I would say Under the Gun took me a while. Two reasons. One, because it's all over the neck and you're flying back and forth. And then the other one is there's like just some stamina happening that I had to build up to for Under the Gun. And then Pour Another has also given me some grief just because it's an unusual bass line because Nicole writes bass lines on the keyboard.
Sorry.
And I mean, it's great. I think it's really cool. And all the bass lines are like super fun, but sometimes they can just be challenging for me to wrap my head around because they weren't written by a bass player.
I'm guilty of that a lot.
And I have to play it by myself, which I'm not used to. I'm like, wait, where's the other instruments?
You know, Matt, a lot of our songs are very bass centric, you know? So the bass player is like the key to the whole thing. And, you know, when Lindsay stepped in, she had some big shoes to fill, obviously. And she stepped right in there and oh my God, she just killed it. Like from day one, I'm handing her these insane parts that, you know, I've been playing for years now. And I'm like, oh God, this is going to be hard. And she just nails it. I can send her a song and like a week later, we're playing it live. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And not only is she killing it, she's got amazing stage presence.
Oh, thank you.
You do. And you like just on and off the stage, but your stage presence is just captivating. It's amazing.
Agree. All of you guys, this is one of those lineups where you look everywhere you look on the stage, you're like, damn, what's going on? It's great.
Yeah. There's shit flying for sure.
And we're having fun together, which I think the audience can tell, you know?
Well, I'm kind of curious. So obviously you guys, from my research, you guys all live in separate areas. So how is it like preparing for this tour without actually not seeing each other?
Headphones.
Email.
And the recording. Yeah. And yeah,
Telepathy. A lot of telepathy's happening.
Telepathy. But you know what? It's Google Drive. That's what's doing
for the win.
So yeah, I mean, I've kind of always written for all my bands this way because I don't like to just pick a player because they live next door. I want to pick like the best musicians that I can get. You know, that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it cool. That's what elevates the whole experience. And so, yeah, I mean, like bringing Rikki on board is a no-brainer if we're all willing to do our homework. And I know she is, you know. And so there's two parts to being in the darts. One is you got to play it great. The other part is you got to work at home on your own, totally alone, and be ready to meet me on tour the next day, ready to go, you know. And these people work so hard. I can't even tell you. It's amazing what they do just at home. So I send them the parts. They add their own spice to it at home. And then the sound check in like Spain is the first time we do it, you know, and it works. It works great. If you have good musicians, it works great.
All professionals, so, you know, obviously with everything, doing your homework, and I assume everything's going to go well, obviously, when the first sound check is, but it's obviously very important to have great caliber musicians, as you guys all are, so I hope it all goes very smoothly for you guys.
It will. It will.
It will. And it's going to be fun.
Keeps us on our toes. Oh shit, there's a coyote outside my window. Sorry, guys. Stirring up the neighborhood.
I have a cat inside my window.
I have a train that's going to go by at some point, just FYI.
And I don't have anything.
Girl, you have a hat, man. That hat is epic. Good
Thank
job.
you. Thank you.
What is that?
So I got it as a gift for Christmas from one of my good friends. So I was like, dude, this is like my new interview hat now. So
For sure. It's like part candy cane, part marching band.
well, and it's like honestly too, it's got like zebra like print on the top of it as well.
It.
Oh yeah.
You're wearing that to the show, right?
It's like the Xander hat.
Yeah.
Trick, you know?
Yeah, you'll see it at Motoblot.
I'll be wearing it at Motoblot, FYI.
Be careful in the front row. She will steal your stuff.
Yeah, if you're in the front row at a dart show, all bets are off, man. Whatever you're wearing, I'm going to wear it. If you're very small, I'll be carrying you. It's a whole thing.
But it's very interactive with the darts from what I've seen. You got like your boots shine, you steal stuff from people. Like you guys do a lot.
It's not stealing, it's just love.
People do have their belongings returned. Don't get it.
Everything's returned. Yeah. Even their babies. I give them back.
Everyone goes back where they started out from, yeah.
Well, it's definitely be a treat. But yes, feel free. You can take my hat at the show.
Thank you.
You know, you guys already kind of talked about it, but I'm kind of curious. So, like, obviously, there's a physical side of like preparing for tour and the mental side. So, like, how do you guys balance that before you go on this, you know, very lengthy tour?
Running.
Rikki?
Yeah.
I started running for the first time in like 5 years because of this. I knew what was about to happen.
Oh my God, are we all running?
I was running so much I had to take a break because I like wrecked my hip a little bit. So, but we're getting through it. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. But like, yeah, it's a lot of running. I mean, there's some weightlifting and there's like, you gotta be ready. The endurance of the cardio is the main thing. I think the cardio is the main thing.
I agree.
Yeah.
Suck and win, man. Especially in those hot venues in Europe, like down in a cave. You got to be ready. Oh, man. It's a lot of work.
Say July in Spain. Ready for that? Oh, my God. Yeah.
You got to know what you're in for.
Yeah. Is that I mean, I feel like that's maybe like a really square answer, but like it's true.
It's true.
Training to give people the best experience we possibly can.
That's it. I mean, you know, you can take your kick drum and just lift it over your head a bunch of times. That ain't going to do anything.
You know? That'll look really cool.
It's like, we're getting ready for tour, but it's like, you got to like breathe it out, you know?
We actually have a song now. One of the new songs on Nightmare Queens is called No Love, and we call that our jogging song because it's for jogging, and we make the whole crowd jog the choruses with us. Mm-hmm. So just FYI, you might want to start stretching.
Well, I'm definitely going to need to do cardio before then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
With the hat for maximum, you know, preparation.
Yeah. Pit training for the fans.
That's right.
I mean, I guess I have to get in shape then. But also kind of with that, so I'm kind of curious, so like with the set list for this upcoming tour, like do you have like a set list, or is it going to change depending on the show venue kind of thing? Like what, can you give any hints of what the set is going to look like for this tour?
It's a mix of old and new for sure. And it's even got some really new, like unreleased new, that we're going to dabble into a little bit. We're going back into the studio in August, and so we're sort of prepping some of these songs live on tour, and so you're going to get a taste of really new. And we're even playing like some of the very first songs we ever wrote together. That, like Rikki and I played "My Heart Is a Graveyard" for the first time in 2016, and here we are, still ending the show with it. You know, like it's one of the favorites. So it runs the gamut. There's a little bit from I think from every album. Maybe every album. I think every album is represented. So yeah, it's gonna be good. I don't know. What do you guys? I think the set's cool. I've been practicing it. I think it's all right.
It's great. Yeah, it is going to be the same set every night. So Nicole's not just randomly screaming out a song name and then we have to play it, which is always so impressive when bands do that. But yeah, we've got some burners in there. We've got some groovier, slower ones. So yeah, I think it's a really good mix. I think people are gonna love it.
Yeah, very dynamic. I like it. I like this set a lot. I think there's 18 songs though. It's crazy.
It's a long set, but with their songs are like 2 minutes long though. So
Yeah. But when you play in Europe and you're headlining, they want an hour, like a full hour. And then they won't let you get off the stage. So
yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So that's why we have 18 songs on there. But there's it starts out fast and then we give you a breather and then there's a couple of groovy ones and it goes fast again. And we're trying to keep you guys alive.
I heard being alive is good.
Being alive is good.
We like it.
So I'm getting curious for each of you, do you have a favorite song in the set?
Oh God, what a question. These songs are all my children. I can't like one more than the other.
I don't like any of them. I like all of them, but I think Liar is the funnest one for me to play personally. That one is the one I have the most fun with. But it might be because it's at the end of the set and I'm all revved up to here. So maybe any song would be fun there. I don't know.
I'm excited to play our new stuff that we haven't recorded yet.
Yes.
To be honest, I don't know. It's cool because you get to really try out some new parts and you get to get creative because nothing's set in stone. And it's really fun. I'm most excited for those, I think.
I told Becca on one of these songs, I'm like, Becca, she's like, should I play it like the recording? I'm like, they're like the demo. And I'm like, well, why do that? We're playing this live. Go have some fun. Let's see what sticks, By the end of this insane tour, maybe we'll have a part that we like and then we'll put that down. So yeah,
that's so fun. It's you get to just do, be creative, super creative. It's awesome.
I love the dance too. That's actually,
I was going to say, that's my reigning favorite just because, we always do a lot of crowd participation. They're singing along and all that stuff. But for the first time with this one of these new songs, Lindsay actually wrote a dance for it.
And we did it together.
You guys to do? We're playing. You guys have to do the dance. So we're going to teach you this little dance and then you're going to do it. And in fact, in Minneapolis on the second day of this tour, we're shooting a music video for this song. And even the opening band, the Black Widows, are going to come on stage and do it with us. And so every night we're going to try and get some crowd footage of the crowd doing this dance. It's hilarious. We just did it through Europe and it went so, every night we're like, this crowd they're never going to do the dance. They're never going to do this dance. They seem like they're so chill. And by the end, everybody's doing this dance.
So fun. There's when you see the hands go up through the whole crowd for the dance, it's pretty incredible.
We just look at each other. We're like, oh my God, it's working. It's working. It works in France. What? Yeah.
If it works in France, it's going to work anywhere.
Kinda.
So you got to get ready, Matt. We're going to bring you right up front and center. You're going to be teaching it.
Moto Blot. So we're going to choose somebody every night to come up and help us on stage to teach the dance and to do it during the song so that the audience knows what to do. So that's going to be you, Matt. Sorry.
That's all right. Not my first time I've been asked to be on stage for like. There was like one band where like their song is called Peanut Butter Jelly Time, and me and another guy were literally making peanut butter jelly sandwiches, throwing them out in the crowd. So I can do whatever. I'm up for
I
it.
love this band. What band is that? I love that band in my life.
So it's Lydia Can't Breathe. They're out of Florida. Yeah.
Okay.
Nicole,
You know, I live on peanut butter and jelly, so I must look up this song. We might have to cover it, you guys.
Okay.
So if I can make it through that, then I can do whatever. So
This is easier than making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I promise.
Very
that was and the goal was like to make as many sandwiches like throughout the whole song. So they gave us like a loaf of bread, like a peanut butter jelly, and like some peanut butter jar, jelly jar. Like it was a lot going on.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
How many sandwiches did you guys like win a contest or something?
No, we didn't. Well, there was not a contest. It was just for fun. But I think we got like 10 or 11. I think we had double digits on that.
Dang, that's good.
Impressive. Peanut butter's sticky.
Yeah. Yes, it is. So yeah, if I could do stuff, and plus, like with my day job is I'm like I work for a minor league baseball team, so like I do all the wacky like contests and promotions. Like one of my responsibilities is like a mascot handler, so I got to make sure. I can do whatever.
That's a great job.
Oh yeah, wow. It's a lot of fun. So yes, I'm well versed in just like, hey, we're gonna do this. Like, okay, I'm in.
Okay, start thinking like a bat. That's all I'm gonna say.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not that flexible, but okay.
No flexibility needed. It's very easy.
No flexibility. This is the easiest dance we could ever come up with, and it's working
Better
great.
start stretching there.
All right, well, I got some stuff to look forward to in like 2-ish weeks.
Yay! Chicago, yay, Chicago.
Oh yeah, no, Motoblot's always a good time. So I'm there all 3 days for press, so it's gonna be fun.
I grew up in Chicago.
Oh really?
Yep, northern suburbs. So this is, and I go back there on tour, but I haven't been back to like just hang out ever since I've left. But yeah, I always like just pulling back up and seeing the tower and the lake and all the stuff, and it just reminds me of when I was a kid. So I'm excited, and I love the Beat Kitchen. Great venue.
Mm-hmm.
I've not been there, but I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I'm excited.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, right on. So now, before I got a few more things before we start closing this out. So I'm curious for you guys. So like with obviously you got some killer studio albums, you have a killer live show. So I'm kind of curious, like, will there ever be a live album from the Darts?
Well, we keep trying to record a live album. In fact, we recorded most of our tour last summer. But you know what? We just kind of haven't gotten the right sound yet. Like it hasn't been captured as well as I want it to be. And last time we didn't just take the front of house board mix. We like put some mics in the crowd and we tried to get the whole vibe. Still didn't quite nail it, or at least from what I've heard, I don't know that we really got it. So when we have the right guy to do it, it will get done. But I don't want to fuck it up. Like I want it to be good. If we're going to do it, you got to capture a Darts show live and it's got to sound like you were there. So, a lot of times, like if you're standing on the right side of the stage, you get more farfisa. And if you stay on the left side, you get more guitar. And it sounds kind of off a little bit. So it's like everything has to be done really well so that you really feel like you've captured the experience. And one day we will. We will.
I was just curious with that because obviously, like I've seen, obviously going through discography that there's like no live stuff at all. So I was just curious, but maybe, as you said, maybe one day with that.
Well, and maybe this is the lineup to finally pull it off. Like maybe we finally get the right venue, the right everything, the right microphones, and it happens. So that's a good goal to have. Yeah, I like it.
And then one more thing before we start closing this out. So like you guys obviously talking about some new music that you guys are working on. So I'm curious for each of you, like, do you approach like recording music differently than performing live?
I mean, less jumping around for sure.
I would imagine, yeah.
I try and hold still a little bit more and focus on playing the right notes.
I'm going to have her crowd surf over me at the studio, though, just to give her the...
that would be a sight.
It's just me.
Just crowd surfing with two people. It's just
Yeah.
shoulder.
It's a small crowd, but it's meaningful.
You gotta play your Farfisa standing on my kit in the studio. I bet Mark would love that.
It's gonna happen. That could happen. That could actually happen.
Just to get the right feel, you know. I mean,
I have played that Farfisa standing on Mark's couch while I was playing.
that's awesome.
Wait, how'd that come about?
Well, so the best of the band is like behind the glass in the studio. But since the Farfisa isn't going through an amp, it's just plugged in direct in the studio. I'm usually with the producer on the other side of the glass, playing my keys and like just singing the scratch vocal and stuff while they're in there. And he's got this couch, you know? And so I really don't have to work very hard on some of this stuff. So I'm like sitting on the couch and playing, la 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 la, la, you know? And then I'm like standing up trying to get coffee over here and like trying to keep him on playing. And his Grammy is like the statue is like literally up behind the couch on this table. And of course I stand up, I'm trying to get my coffee and play at the same time. And the mic stand wings over and flings the Grammy award onto the ground. It actually happened during Boomerang. But anyway, it's fine. It worked out fine. But yeah, so I was standing on Mark's couch. Sorry, Mark. I don't think he knows that, but it happened.
Well, I will now.
Well, we don't have to tell him.
No harm, no
We're
foul.
like, what interview?
Yeah, like I've never heard of Super Cool Radio. That doesn't exist.
The darts? What? No.
No, we can do that.
Very interesting recording experience.
Flinging Grammys around. That's what we do. They're not even ours.
All right, well, I'm gonna have to bring like a replica Grammy to the show now.
Please do. That would be amazing.
But everybody watch out for your heads.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and like I'm tall too, so like it's an easy target for me.
And you have a hat.
Yeah, with the hat and being 6'1", like yeah.
Yeah.
But all right, so I got one final question before we talk about the future plans for the darts. So I saw in a post a while back you were with another guest I had on the podcast, which is Blag from the Dwarves. Will we see a darts and dwarves tour at some point?
God, I hope so. I know Rikki and I have been trying to work that out for years.
Yeah,
Everybody right to Blag.
Blag's a good friend of ours. He's a darts fan for sure. So I mean, who knows? I love that band. I grew up listening to the Dwarves. They were like, I don't know, a top 5 favorite bands for a while.
It could happen. It could happen. I would love for that to happen. It would be such an insane thing.
Well, I had the opportunity to interview Blag a few months ago, and it was just so awesome. His mind for music is just incredible, and everything that he does, like Dwarves, and he's got his Ralph Champagne stuff. Like the dude's incredible.
He's incredible. He's going to be singing on my solo record. He's doing a guest vocal on that.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yes, he's like because he found out I do this lounge pop, jazz thing, and he was like, "Oh, that's so cool," or "Oh, that's so cool." Anyway, and so yeah, he's gonna sing on it. He already sent me his track and everything. It's amazing. So
Wow,
he's the nicest guy ever.
Yeah, and very versatile songwriter, which if you've only heard the Dwarves, you might be surprised to know that.
Yeah, Lindsay and I went to dinner with him and we got regaled by lots of listening to Blag tracks, and it sounds really like, oh, we were listening to a lot of Blag tracks, but sorry about the train. But yeah, he can do anything, and all his lyrics are always hilarious. It's great.
All kinds. I mean, it was really funny because it's like, oh, two women going up to Blag's hotel room, and we literally just like listen to music.
Blag puts up this like persona everybody knows about, but he's really a good gentleman at heart.
Yeah.
He really just wants to share music, and he fronts a hard exterior, but he's a softie,
Don't tell him we said that.
Yeah.
Don't let it get
He
out.
was even nice to my mom. Even my mom was like, "What a nice man!"
You're like, let's
look
go
at his album
like
covers,
early
Mom.
Dwarves.
Yeah.
I want to fuck. Fuck shit and fuck you up.
And I'm like, Mom, you're not allowed to listen to any of his music, but yes, he's a very nice man.
Yeah.
But he is very nice and also very multi-talented too. Not just like a songwriter. He's written like books and stuff that people don't kind of equate him with like being a writer too. But dude's phenomenal.
I just read. He gave me one of his books when we saw him in Oakland, and he gave it to me to read. He's like, I apologize in advance. This is a really inappropriate book, and I'm like, well, of course it's by you. But I read this book, and yes, it's very inappropriate, but it's so beautifully written. I read all the time, and this guy has such a command of, this shouldn't be a surprise. He has such a command of the language. He can describe everything. It's in such a perfect, funny, articulate way. It was a great book. It was called Nina. Great book.
So cool.
Oh yeah, for sure. But now we're closing out this interview. So, like, obviously you guys have very busy plans for the rest of 2025, but like, how is the rest of this year looking like? And like, even into early 2026, like what's the rest of the plans for the Darts?
Well, we got this tour. Then we go into the studio in August. So there's going to be another record. I don't know who's exactly going to put it out or when it's going to come out or what's going to happen with it, but we're doing this record and we all know the parts already and the songs we all like the songs. Like it came together really easily, this whole thing. So that's going to happen for sure. And then we're doing a West Coast run, and then we're doing more Europe in November. For more festivals and stuff. And then both of our bookers are just kind of going crazy right now. We're really, 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 really trying for Japan and Australia in 2026. That's the bucket list for 2026. And this is the first time that maybe we might actually be able to make it work. We'll see. But yeah, that's the goal.
Sounds like you guys got some awesome plans for coming up for the Darts, and hopefully, obviously, with Japan. Awesome to tour there, so I hope you guys get that opportunity. But so with that, as we're closing this out, so for everyone watching, where are the best places to find the Darts online?
thedartsus.com, and that'll take you to all of our links: Instagram, Facebook. We just started TikTok. Oh God. So yeah, there's that now.
It feels great. It looks great. It's awesome.
It's like I don't even know how to do TikTok, but that's what we're doing. Apparently, we're doing that. And we were doing X for a while, but I stopped doing X for obvious reasons. So we're doing Threads instead. And that's actually going gangbusters. Lindsay just got sponsored by Fender, and I posted about that. And actually, the Threads thing went crazy over this post, way more than all the other stuff. So you never know. I don't know. Social media, who knows? That's
for sure.
dartsus.com.
Well, very good. I will leave some links to the Darts in the description of this podcast. Please check out and support them. See them on their upcoming tour because they're touring, well, everywhere. So see them live if you come into an area near you. But thank you guys so much for chatting with me again. It was awesome to interview you guys.
We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, for all the Darts, I am your host always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Super Cool Radio. And remember, stay frosty.